And I still think of the words, all the words that I now control because I've been a writer ever since I was 4 years old. But I like to control those words, and the words that mean so much. For instance, she and her. Every time someone says those words referring to me, I'm filled with joy. And the reason we're here right now in this part of the program is to honor the power of words, the words that young people have written and the winners of the poetry competition. So I would like to begin to introduce those poets. They will share their poems with you, and then we will give them their prizes. In third place, from Mayfield High School, the name of her poem is You, and her name is Marissa Miller.
I know you're lying. I know you are lying when you throw those words at me. And every time I can feel my soul pulling, prying, trying to get out of this body you deem so wrong. Hideous, I cannot cry, I cannot cry, I cannot cry. I cannot show them how much I die. Each time I see them spit and apply those awful words that rest inside for years and years with nowhere to hide. My heart burns with each ridicule, each snarl of a dirty word, whispered between such absurd ignorance, undeterred. My eyes will not blur, no they will not, when I see them walk by, words right on the spot of every aching, clenching knot beneath my broken heart. I cannot let my blood get hot with fury from that broken lot that sends so many like me down under, down into their broken slots, labeled without rest and left to rot. So here I am, ignore my name, pulled and torn and so worn down, just waiting to get out of this town where I lie in your hair. I don't know what they call me anymore. I've shut the doors to burying glittering stars under the ground to shine no more. So continue your work, break me up until my deepest core, and I'll just remember to shut you out, destroy all my self-doubt, and let my soul sprout to something wonderful. Thank you.
In second place, from Theodore Roosevelt High School in Kent, the name of her poem is This Where You Live? Her name is Madeline Linder.
I live in ignorance. I live in prejudice. Is this where you live? I live here in prejudice. I live on Secret Street. My friend lives on Lyre Lane. Do you live here in prejudice? Gossip falls around us like hate on other people. Tears wet my face as cold as winter in the hearts of the people. Strong like stone, I fight off misconceptions, thinking they would subside. I have my emotions where other people have their stereotypes, and equality makes up both sides of my heart. I walk around in facts like somebody else is walking in fiction. I live in prejudice. Live in it, fight against it. We're from ignorance, reek of it. Wear hope on my fingers, rumors fall full of deceit. Our acceptance shall pave a pathway of love where ignorance is. Free yourself from the discrimination. Thank you.
And now for the grand prize winner, first place. She is from Stowe Monroe High School. The title of her poem is Because of Bullying. Her name is Alonda Letts.
You thought it was funny, huh? When that kid from your class walked the halls head down because the constant harassment was too much for them. And the advice to just hang in there seemed far-fetched because all they wanted to do was hang. But it's not funny. When you see the
When they
scars
finally
from the
come
knowledge
off,
that their
she's
pain
gonna
was
pull the
your
mic
pleasure.
stand off so then you guys
The
can
scars
go
that
out.
cut deepest aren't seen.
Do your thing.
They're in a place hidden deep behind the blood and tissue they destroy with blades. All due to society making us want to fit. Ooh. That's why we all wear the same shoes and buy the same mainstream food and listen to the same boy bands. That's why we laugh at things that truly aren't funny, because society has made a place where this is normal, and we all want to be there. But this particular kid, yes, this kid still exists, didn't care for any of that. This kid has never heard of Justin Bieber and has never been to Starbucks. In your world, it's uncommon. And that makes this kid weird, but it's not weird at all. In fact, there are plenty of people out there who have done plenty of
After
things,
she hands out the
of
checks and
common
they start
things.
walking back.
But you
go
don't see
grab-
them getting
yeah,
pushed in the halls or throwing away hateful letters that get thrown to them in class.
because they're gonna start playing the music
In
for them.
fact,
So it's gonna
these
be
are the
kind of
people
a
that just
tight.
keep going, as if nothing happened,
Whatever
as if it
sides
never
you're
hurt at
gonna do.
all. The point is that your words and actions affect people differently. You could let it give you power or let it overpower you.
Are you guys going out
Even if
on
this,
both
even
sides,
if you
or are
see
you
the
going out on
slightest
one?
discrimination, don't be afraid to let that person know it's
Okay.
going to be okay.
That way she knows which one. to do.
You can just line up. These are, thank you. These are really terrific poems, and I invite you to read them. They're in the program. So if you'd like to read them there too, that would be great. Now we want to award the prizes. Let me tell you something about prizes for poetry. They're cheap. Poets work for they get a copy of the magazine the poem is in and maybe a mint or something. You don't get money for poetry. These checks are not just large physically, which is very cool. There's a lot of money here. This money is all scholarship money for their further education. But I am pleased to present the check for third place to Marissa Miller for $1,000. And a check for second place for Madeline Linder for $2,000. And if there are any poets in the audience, cover your ears or just pass out quietly in your seat because the prize for first place in the poetry competition goes to Alonda Letts for $3,000.